Alright, so it looks like we have another faction coming to the game called the Great Mothers Squad. That's cool. The Great Mothers are a mysterious and powerful group introduced in the Disney Plus series Ahsoka. Yes, there was the three of them around the cauldron, and then I think the Morgan, whatever her name is, character, she counts as one of them as well, right? And then Mother Talzin, I mean, she's one of them as well. So if they release all four of those other ones plus Mother Talzin, does that mean that we could make like a 5-team Mother team just from those? Or are they just going to straight up introduce 5? I don't know. Anyways, they have a connection to the Night Sisters of Dathomir, known for their dark magic. Their names are Actropa, Clothal, and Laksis. Did we actually know their names from the show? I mean, we had to have, right? Because how else would they have gotten the names? Well, maybe from the credits. I don't know. Anyways, their shrouded past and enigmatic powers make the Great Mothers a fascinating addition to Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. A small word from one of the design leads of the new Night Sisters team, Jace. Night Sisters Squad. First off, we didn't intend to break up the current Night Sister team. With the introduction of these new awesome characters, we wanted to make sure we preserve the original team, but give this new squad its own unique identity. Though, we won't be surprised if you folks find a new team out of all these characters. While we are still investigating some of the mechanics and balance of these characters, we want you, the player, to make choices with this team. It's up to you to decide. The power level we are shooting for this team is around the strength of Gungans, with their own set of strengths and weaknesses, of course. We're very excited to see another Night Sisters team coming to Swigo. Alright, so there's a whole bunch of stuff to say here. First off, he says, or whoever made this person says that they want to make a squad that's kind of unique to themselves. You'd still have the original Night Sister team, plus you'd have this Night Sister team. But then they said, well, we wouldn't be surprised if you find a new team out of all these, which obviously will happen. Theory crafting and everything, it'll happen. But you wouldn't end up making one team, you'd make two, because if you took bits and pieces from the new team and bits and pieces from the old team, then you'd have a lot of leftover stuff to make another new team out of, you know what I mean, out of the remaining bits and pieces from each squad. So that's kind of like 4 teams, I guess you'd have total for options. Second, it says they're shooting for a power level around Gungans. So here's the thing. I don't really go up against Gungans all too often. In Grand Arena, the people I go up against are kind of like me. They're free to play, so they don't have Gungans. So I'm not seeing Gungans all the time, except for like in situations where CG's forcing it, like in Conquest or Galactic Challenges or whatever. But otherwise, I'm not seeing this. So I can't really fully relate to what the power of Gungans are. However, based on what I've seen from like Arnold's streams and stuff, he seems to hate the Gungan squads. He seems to find them to be quite the pain in the dick. So, with that, I'd say, okay, they sound like they're a pretty solid team. And that means meaning CG, they're hoping to make these new Night Sisters to be kind of a pain in the dick as well then. And I wonder, possibly, if, almost like GLs, if these two teams would work good against each other, you know what I mean? Like, hey, this is a slightly pain in the dick team, and this one is too, they'll fight each other. I don't know. Anyways, Great Mothers. So, this is kind of talking about the characters now, I think. This says Great Mothers. Great Mothers bring fate weaving and the 2 effects, Blessed and Doomed, to the table via their leader ability. Their abilities also boost the effects of the existing Night Sister Acolyte and Night Sister Spirit, making them good choices for the squad. That's kind of contradictory, no? I thought they said they didn't want to split up the other teams. A lot of people put Spirit on a regular Mother Talzin team, so you'd be splitting that up now to take this. Acolyte's kind of just hanging out doing nothing, so okay, you can steal that one, but why are you touching Spirit? Anyhow, the Great Mothers will also be the second large unit introduced into Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. What the heck does that mean, the second large unit? Is that referencing because they're doing something with Imperial Remnants as well? So they're saying that's the first large unit and then the second one is this? Like, what does that mean? I don't know. Anyways, Morgan Elsbeth, a skilled warrior with impressive combat prowess. You can expect Morgan Elsbeth to be the tank of the team. The tank? She's like the only one in the show that was actually doing anything. I guess it makes sense to make her the team. I mean the tank. Like, you'd think attacker because she was doing stuff, but at the same time, she's kind of like defending her Night Sisters, her mothers. So in a way, that would make her like a tank or support. Who do we expect to round out the team? Night Sister Spirit, Acolyte, and Talia. Okay, well, Talia and Acolyte aren't typically used, so at least that gives them some purpose. But Spirit, you're stealing that from a Mother Talzin team, so what are you doing? Other options for the team: Night Trooper, Death Trooper, and Night Sister Initiate. Night Sister Initiate is also a random oddball that nobody uses. As far as Night Trooper and Death Trooper, they do have a Night Sister tag, but aren't they better under an Imperial Remnant? So why would you want to put them there? You don't. So that's kind of a dumb suggestion, I guess. So I thought they were going to talk about the Great Mothers and all this, the Great Mother Squad, but we didn't hear anything about Actrapa, Clothau, or Lycessis. I guess that's going to be at a later time. We just got their names for now, but we'll get their kits or something at a later time.